folks out there. This is Amy, Snowy Owl Knits. So I'm going to talk a little bit today about Rolags or Rolags, however you pronounce them. But before we get to that, my husband came home yesterday. He went to the grocery store for me. Awesome, so cool. And I am having a cup of coffee, like a latte, and it's so good. It's Death Wish Coffee Company. They're not sponsoring me or anything, but this is their death cup that I used in the Kurd. Super, super good. Look how pretty this is. So what I'm going to show you today is how I've only done one Rolag so far, but I'm using my Ashford Carter, and I'm also using, I'll tell you about the wool. I've already done one, and I think this one's way too big. But you know, it was my first try. So I'm using several different kinds of Polish merino. This is the Kromski Polish merino. I've got a pink, a white. This is a purplish blue and sort of a violet color, I would say. And then I've got some, this is Anzula fibers, and I don't know the colorway, but it's a blue face Leicester. So that being said, let's get to it. I'll show you how I've been doing it, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong or not. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, so I've got my Carter set up, and I've got my comb. I also have a smaller paintbrush that I found useful on the first one at first, and so I'll keep that handy. And I've got my dowels ready for when it's time to roll it all up. So as I said on the last one, I felt like it was too thick. I also felt like I had so much left at the top that when I wound it up, I don't know, I felt like it was less than pretty. But in general, what I'm doing is imagining this as sort of a color palette and painting my colors on. And so what I like to do is start with one of the colors and break off a length, maybe like this, kind of spread it out, and then sort of draw it on a little bit at a time, kind of rubbing it, pulling it down a little bit. And I'm just trying to get a good start with just some colors. I'm not worrying about pressing it in as much. Just spreading some color out, letting it kind of pull in there. And I'm not really sure what to do about my lack of dexterity up there at the top when it curls around, but anyway, I'm kind of going a little bit at a time. Just press it down a little bit. I'm really loving this sort of blue hue, and I like to work with shorter lengths in general. Spread them out a little bit if you want. I mean, I think it's up to you. So I'm trying to avoid that top area right now as much. I guess I could have gotten a little bit more in there. I think since this is your own palette, you can do it any way you want to. A little more blue. This one's been gorgeous. Get some along the edge. Maybe a little more out towards this edge, but up higher. I feel like this is actually a really good way of kind of pre-drafting too, although when you're using it, you're sort of pulling it out from one end. Let's go with a little pink. And I think what I might do is fast forward some of this when I edit so that you guys can kind of see everything going on rather than just a little bit and having to watch for so long. I know that eventually I will want more down here at the bottom because it'll give me more to grab onto with the dowel. But this is kind of giving me a bit of placement ideas. And I told my mother yesterday that I was painting with yarn, and she said, "Oh, that's nice, honey." I don't think she realizes how absolutely fun this is. It's really like paint. This is a bit of a thicker piece, but it's a really nice contrast with that blue. Love these colors together. And I don't know how they'll spin up yet. As I showed you, I really haven't used the first Rolag yet, but I will. Let's get some of this blue face luster in here. Just kind of drawing it in. The staple length on this one is a lot longer. I think it's more like 3 inches, 3.5, going on to 4. Also, these little bits, if you find that you're not able to get them in where you want, keep them and use them for your dryer balls. Let's see, I think that one's a little too long. So, drafting it on here. Get a little bit more down here. And at this point, I'm going to use the brush. The angle of the tines is upwards, and so I know you always want to come down. I do feel like maybe that's stuck out a little bit, so there are places where if I just want to push a little bit, that's what I use the brush for. And then I'm not pressing super hard. I'm just trying to get the fibers down. Can you even hear me over that noise? I'm just trying to get the fibers down in, but not so packed on the bottom that they'll be hard to pull off later. I'm feeling the need for more blue. Let's start with a little bit here, a little bit more. I am so excited to see how this finally weaves up. I think it'll be kind of like opening a present. Yeah, I like that blue. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. Let's give it a little bit more towards the edge. A little bit in here. And but there, we've got some left, so let's go here. We need a little more. Yeah, I think what I'll end up doing is fast forwarding this. So I'll stop talking for a while. You can just watch and we'll edit out what we need to. So no talking, just doing. Okay, I'm gonna move everything out of the way because I feel like this is the point at which I will want to roll it up. And so I am going to remove the back piece so I can lay it flat. I think I would do this in my lap normally, and I'm really not sure how this will go at this angle, but we'll give it a try. I'm going to start just by gently lifting up a little bit, just gently. Get my dowels, and then I'm going to try to kind of get this wrapped up on the dowel a little bit. Just a little bit, and then I'm going to get the other one in place to hold it. And I'm setting it longer than the other one, and I'm really trying to clamp it all together. I thought this was going to be a really easy part, but I don't think it really is as easy as I was led to believe initially. And I'm trying to just keep everything in place as I roll, not catching every fiber, but we're going to see how that goes. Yeah, some of the fiber is still left behind. I don't know how to solve that issue other than just reuse that. And so I've got it off. I'm just going to kind of give it a little smooth, a little bit of a smooth this way. And then let's see, which stick am I going to pull out? One or the other. And the other one. Hey. Well, although there's still some fiber left behind, it won't go to waste. And I'm much happier with, look at this, the difference. I feel like this will be friendlier to use, but I'll do a video with that too. But there it is, Rolag number 2. Same colors. Yeah, just join me and we'll see how it works out. Thank you.